Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue talking and playing some Asphalt 8, and today I'm gonna be checking and reading the entirety of the patch notes for update 68, but before that, I'm actually gonna be playing a couple of races with my McLaren Solus. And the reason for that, well, this is definitely not something I normally do in my patch note reviews. It's because I wanted to make a video on this car, a protest of this car, while the racing pass is still active. Now, I never got around doing a full protest of the car, but I thought, hey, might as well take the opportunity to let you know that this car is absolutely amazing. So if you were considering, or you were in the fence, oh, should I get the racing pass to get the McLaren Solus for the, what is it, $15 I think that the racing pass sells for? Really good car, and considering that it's a car that was before available for 150 bucks, I think it's a good idea to go for it. It's a pretty good car, though the nitro duration definitely suffers, but in terms of everything else, man, the handling on this thing, the drifting on this thing, acceleration is pretty alright as well. So look at that, first place. Well, to be fair, this is Master Season, so these are the easier races. But yeah, it's an absolutely killer of a car, so if you were still on the fence, you still have some hours by the time this video released before the racing pass ends, so there is that. Just wanted to give you that quick information. And beating, well, okay, people on boosted or incredibly underranked and on boosted. Okay, just wanted to do a quick race with this thing just to show that to you, but no, really what we're gonna be doing today, of course, is the patch notes. But before we get into the reading, if you like my content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All of that is free. Now, if you want to support me directly because you really like my stuff, please consider joining the memberships. The link is right there on the join button. But alright, so what is the deal with this? First of all, I know that I'm late. I know that the content creators have already posted all this information, so it's not like, oh, I'm bringing you news. But, you know, I like taking my time and reading them and trying to figure out what I can make out of what they put on the patch notes. So we're gonna be doing the breakdown this time. So it reads, Update 68 Patch Notes. Attention all racers, get ready for an exhilarating new update of Asphalt 8 featuring an array of exciting additions such as new features, vehicles, soundtracks, and multiple events to take your racing experience to the next level. Let's dive into what you can look forward to in Update 64. I feel like that wording was a little bit weird, but anyway. We start with the new features. Fully upgraded cars are now available for purchase. Now, first thing, fully upgraded cars, I do imagine, this hasn't been 100% clarified, but I do imagine that what they mean is not ultimate cars, but instead cars that normally you would have to upgrade manually, and now you will be able to buy these cars. The community manager did tell us that this means that this would be cars that you can purchase for money, not for in-game currency. So I'm just gonna say that be prepared for these things to be expensive. I don't know, I don't really know. But imagine if normally they want to sell you a Class S car for $10, $15, $20, even $40 depending on the car and whatnot. Now imagine that plus upgrade. So I would imagine these are going to be expensive. So this is only for people who really don't have the resources in-game but do have the resources in real life, meaning money, that want to get a car like that. Honestly, I don't think that this is going to be significant for a lot of people. But, well, there's going to be that option. Now, which cars are going to be available for purchase fully upgraded? Who knows? Probably some rotation or some random cars, depending on the events as well. Probably, I would bet that it has to do with events. Like, oh, here's a new event, and this is one of the cars featured, but you can purchase it fully upgraded so you can get the best results, and you can get those 20,000 fusion coins as a reward, you know? But we'll see. Then we got ad relays pop-up, introducing a newly added prize zone. The more ads you watch, the more rewards you'll get. Now, I honestly think this is a good move by 𝐔𝐏𝐃𝐀𝐓𝐄 to, well, obviously, I understand that there's a lot of people who are not willing to spend money on the game, perfectly respectable. So for those people, the other way that 𝐔𝐿𝐿 monetizes the game is obviously through advertisement. So now they're adding an additional way to get more rewards by watching more ads. So basically, and this is a joke that has been running around for a while, that this game is the ad watching simulator, because a lot of things you have to do in order to get currencies and get this and get that through watching ads, and there's gonna be more of that. But hey, that is good news for the free-to-play players, so I'm not complaining about it at all. And hopefully the rewards are gonna be goodish enough so that people aren't incentivized to be wanting to watch more ads. So be like, ooh, now I can get that. Kind of like how they did in the ad relay, you know, not ad relay, ad roulette. Kind of like they did over here, where you keep on watching ads, and if you watch 10 ads ads, you get a Class A upgrade, a bunch of tokens, another Class A upgrade. And once you watch the 70 ads throughout the week, it's a Class S upgrade. Let's keep in mind that this is what, 200,000 fusion coins is 250. So if you watch all of those ads, it's basically like you gained, how much is that? 650,000 fusion coins from these 3 upgrades. So that's not a bad thing, and that's what I'm saying. I hope that the rewards, the new rewards in whatever new system for ads they're bringing, they're also going to be worth it. Next up, we have new custom bundle. Create your own personalized bundle tailored to your unique tastes. I have no idea what this is going to be, how this is going to work. Yeah, absolutely no clue. The only way that I can imagine it is as if it was something like the multiplayer store. Kind of like this, right? Where it's gonna be like, oh, checkmark this, checkmark this, checkmark this, and checkmark that other thing that you also need. And maybe there's gonna be a price for all of that. And like, hey, so this is how much it's gonna cost. You want it? That's what I'm thinking, but honestly, I have zero idea what it could be. And then we got the last chance car hunt upgrade. Earn rewards even from a recently concluded car hunt. So again, no idea what they mean by this. This sounds to me like, you know, when a car hunt ends. Nowadays I haven't even paid attention if the prices have changed. But it used to be the case where a car hunt would cost you $10, right, back some months ago. And you would be able to get that for $10 throughout the duration of the car hunt. But right when the car hunt ended, you will still get a pop-up, meaning like, oh, the car hunt ended, but pay this money and you get all of these rewards. And actually, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but that additional quote-unquote chance to get it is that it was actually inflated in price, because instead of $10, it was $20. Now that the car hunts are $20, I wonder if it gets inflated over that or if it's still flat 20. But whatever the point, The point is that I don't know if it's going to be something like that. I really don't know. I have no idea what they mean by this. Maybe they mean on TLEs and time-limited events. Who knows? But, oh well, those are the features. Now, for new content, we got 2 new cars. One is the Lamborghini Huracan STO, the Super Trofeo Omologato. Now, if you know what that car looks like, let me show that to you. And there it is. Lamborghini Huracan STO Super Trofeo Omologato. If you think, hey, that looks suspicious, it even in the name is very similar to the Super Trofeo Evo. Well, that is because the Super Trofeo Evo, the car that we already have in Class B, is the racing version of this same car. The Omologato means that it's the homologated version, meaning there's a race version, track version, and a road version. This is the road version of the car. It's still a very, very beautiful car. It remains to be seen what liveries it's gonna have, because in Asphalt 9 they did a thing where it has a livery that it's alright, but then it doesn't have any real color options and it looks kind of garbo. Being that this car has amazing colors IRL, so hopefully they're gonna have a bunch of different colors for this thing. Color options in general are always good. But alright, that is the first car. The second car is the McLaren Senna GTR, not to be confused with the McLaren Senna. Now, if you don't know what that one looks like, well, that would be this one. You have seen this image around because that's probably what the content creators are using. This is the promotional material. Honestly, even for promotional material, this is so unbelievably simple, man. Alright, I'm gonna save my comments over that, but anyway. Yeah, McLaren Senna GTR, basically it's also the race version of the McLaren Senna, an even more track-focused version of it. It's a little bit longer, has a lot more aero, the wing looks even cooler. Really, really cool stuff. So, 2 very fancy cars, and man, I'm excited except that, well, you know what's coming with new cars, right? We got exciting events, racing passes, check your special returns, check out our special returns in these cars. With the Racing Pass 17, we're gonna have the Sembo TS1 GT 10th Anniversary Edition, which is Class S. From what I understand, after the rebalance, it ended up being quite alright, but I have it, but never upgraded it, so I don't know. And the Chevrolet Camaro SS Independence Edition. Now, this is the part where people are really gonna be like, oh, finally another chance to get one of the kings of Class A. A car that used to be so spam, it was given for free a couple years ago. And ever since it was never available. I don't think so. Maybe buying for tokens in a couple sales lately, but either way, now you're gonna be able to get it again if you miss your chance as a Racing Pass, which is probably gonna be what, the $10-15, whatever it is, but yeah. Then on the Racing Pass 18, we're gonna have the Rimax Nevera and Arash AF8 Falcon Edition. Now, the Rimax Nevera, it's another obviously Class S car, 1860. Okay car, kind of heavy, but overall a very good car, I would say. I don't know, remember, I'm very subjective with these things. And the Arash AF8 Falcon Edition is another car that has been very rare in the game because not a lot of people have it. It was premium only, and it remains to be premium. But it's a very good Class A car, so not to be confused with the Arash AF10, which is sort of a bad Class S car. but no, this is actually pretty good in Class A. And then we got Racing Pass 19 with the Aston Martin Vito Advantage 2022, Class S car 1861, which, by the way, I need to make a video on because I may or may not have it tuned. And the Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4. Class A car, quite alright, quite good. Nothing amazing, but quite good, I would say. So those are going to be the racing passes. Again, all of this means it's premium. You need to pay in order to have access to. But overall, the racing passes is one of the things that I would say that are somewhat still, worth if you're willing to spend money in the game, of course. And as usual, I'm not trying to convince anybody to spend money on the game, but I'm just saying that is probably one of the better things to spend money on because it has some really good stuff overall. Not only the cars, but also the fact that they have had ultimate upgrades and things like that, right? So anyway, moving on. We got car hunts. Test your limits with our adrenaline-fueled car hunt events features top-notch rides from the VLF 1V10 to the amazing DSE10s. I may have added the amazing. Obviously, I'm joking. It would be like the 8, 9, who knows? It's been too many times that the DSE10s is available in a car hunt. So that, I don't know why they had to make emphasis on that. And in fact, they're only telling us about one single car hunt. They could have added like, hey, all of these are going to be some of the car hunts that, we're going to be doing. But the important part over here is that there's a car hunt for the VLF, this thing. Now, I make emphasis on that because from what I understand, the VLF is a really, really strong car. I said from what I understand because it was a treasure rush car, and I wasn't willing to wail on that car because, excuse me, because I don't find it particularly interesting looking. I don't like it in particular. You know that I go for cars that I like as opposed to performance. But from what I've heard, it has really great acceleration and apparently some other good stuff, some not so good stuff. Overall, seemingly a very good car. So now being a car hunt, which probably is still going to be $20 as opposed to the 10s as it used to be many months ago. But there's the opportunity to get this car for $20 instead of the $150 that you needed if you wanted to wail on the Treasure Rush. Because, I mean, let's face it, who won this car from Treasure Rush? Who wins cars from Treasure Rush? I know some people do, but very, very rare. Speaking of Treasure Rush, discover the McLaren Senna GTR and the Lamborghini Huracan ST1 and Accessory. Yay, the new cars are Treasure Rush. Yeah, this is just how it is from now on. The few new cars that get added in the game are Treasure Rush because reasons. Obviously, because they want to monetize them the most, but man, I'm conflicted because I like both of these cars a lot, and you know that I don't mind wailing for cars that I like, but wailing on two, I don't know, maybe only on the STO. I have to wait for the Senna GTR to be available in somewhere else, because man, I mean, listen, I don't want to wail that much. I mean, maybe I do, but no. Alright, next up, interesting part, new soundtracks. Tune into our latest collection of brand new soundtracks, and here are all the new songs by, well, honestly, I don't know this artist, but there we go. I was thinking of actually looking them up and showing little bits of the songs for you, but obviously copyright issues, so let's not do that. And then finally, it's time to rev up your engines and take on the track like never before. Update now and hit the road to victory. See you at the finish line. Well, yeah. So overall, what is new in here? Really, it's mostly about monetization. The new thing of buying cars fully upgraded, that more than a service to the players, it's simply another, hey, here's another thing that we're gonna sell you. You interested? You wanna buy some? So that's obviously monetization. Ad relays pop-up, more rewards to the players, yes, but it's actually more, passive monetization. Is that a term? I don't know. But ads, like I said, it's another way for Gameloft to make money off of the game. Custom bundles, again, bundles means something that you can purchase. And last chance car hunt upgrade, earn rewards even from recently concluded car hunt. I think it's again more like, hey, you want to pay some money? So obviously you can tell that all of this is stuff that Gameloft is interested on selling, and you can't blame them at this point. I've said it a bunch of times. The patch notes are shorter and shorter. Well, these ones on this update were a tiny bit longer than the previous one, but still, you can tell that the development of the game has slowed quite a bit, and that is unfortunate because there's so much that we wish the game would do and whatnot. A lot of people still come with, oh, maybe they should do this, maybe they should do that. Yeah, they could, except that probably they're just extremely restricted with the development time that they can put into this in terms of the what you call it, budget. And overall, I mean, I'm happy, obviously, for a new Lambo, though it also means that I'm going to have to spend a bunch of money if I want to get it guaranteed. And I know some people do want to, like, DBT, why you wail on some things? Well, specifically in Lambos, because, Lambos have been always my objective in this game, so I want to continue having my collection complete. But like I said earlier, also I'm not super convinced. Oh Jesus, I'm not super convinced about the Senna GTR, which is gonna be Class S. Probably endless, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm willing to say that probably the Senna GTR is not gonna be an amazing car. Why? Simply because, I don't know, it seems to me that, for example, with the Mercedes-Benz, what was it called? Vision AMG, whatever? That was not an amazing car, and yet it still was a pressure rush. And I would think that, I don't know, maybe I don't really have like a basis to say this, but I do imagine that GameLoft is more interested on making the really good cars to be more exclusive now, and because, you know, even though the treasure rushes are incredibly prohibitive in terms of price, at least when they come out, the fact that they're adding a bunch of the treasure rush cars into racing passes, things like that, makes it so that GameLoft doesn't necessarily want to be, or that's how I see it, GameLoft may not necessarily be wanting to be adding king after king after king in treasure rush, so that those very exclusive, very rare, very expensive cars of treasure rush later are going to be available in a car hunt, in a racing pass, and then people are going to be like, oh yeah, I want it. I mean, I don't know, this is just a conspiracy theory on my side, but I do imagine that they're not going to be wanting to add king after king after king. And well, all the treasure rushes that we have gotten lately kind of prove that, I think. I say all of this, and at the same time I'm driving a really good car that was treasure rush, the McLaren Solus. But again, I think that was just the minority. Who knows? I mean, I'm just guessing over here. At this point, all we can do is guess. And just hope that the game continues making enough money for GameLoft to keep the game alive, because I've said it before, I'll continue to say, I am getting a little bit more worried by seeing the incredible slowdown on the development of the game, but the fact that it's still there and kicking makes me want to believe that maybe the game is still, oh Jesus, no! Of course. That maybe the game is just viable enough, or what's the word for that? Ooh, someone else wrecked. Let's go. I'm not gonna be last. What's the word for that? I don't know. That makes enough money for the game to stay afloat. So let's hope that's the case. And yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, you could say that me and making purchase and wailing on the game is not me just wanting a car, it's me supporting the game and whatnot. But hey, like I said, now with the additional advertisement options and all of that, I think, well, I hope that GameLoft continues making enough money to keep this thing going, because man, I do love this game. What can I say? What can I say? But alright, I guess that's all I wanted to say. Just wanted to give the review on that and talk about a little bit about this card that is pretty good, so don't miss your opportunity to get it if you're thinking of, if you were questioning if you should get it. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Again, like the video, subscribe, and consider joining the membership. So that's all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.